Hi Year 5, it's Mr Worthington here again, ready to introduce today, Thursday the 4th of February's home learning. In English today, we'd like you to carry on the work that you started on Monday. So on Monday, you should have looked at different styles of poetry, different types of poem. And today we'd like you to focus on one particular style of poem, and that is the limerick. So for example, an example of a limerick. There once was a Greek called Hercules, who killed monsters on land and monsters on seas. He was mighty and strong, and he lived a life long. Killing monsters to him was a breeze. And we've posted some other examples online for you to read. What we'd like you to do, Year 5, is to read them carefully. And can you spot the rhyme scheme in the poem? Is it the same each time? Where are the rhyming words? Where do they fit in? Is there a pattern to it? And also, what is the rhythm of the poem? Remember, you can identify the rhythm by counting the number of syllables on each line. Are there any other distinguishing features that they use that separate them, make them different from other styles of poem? Can you identify all the features and send them in to us? In maths today, we're going to be carrying on our work that we started yesterday on multiplication. So yesterday you looked at multiplying 4-digit numbers by a single digit. Well, today we're notching up the difficulty because we're going to look at multiplying 4-digit numbers, like this one I have here, by a 2-digit number. Now instantly this becomes too difficult to do mentally. It would take you so long. It's much quicker, more efficient to use a written method. And the written method we're going to use, Year 5, is the column method. So we split, partition our number into the different columns. So for example, I have 1,000, 200s, 0 tens, and 6 ones. And if 23 goes in underneath, my 2 goes in the tens, and my 3 goes in the ones. And I am, of course, multiplying. Don't forget to use a ruler. So, because we're multiplying by a 2-digit number instead of a single digit, it's best to split this up into 2 parts. Split it up into our ones and our tens. And I'm going to start with our ones. So I'm going to do 1,206, which is my number. And to begin with, I'm just going to multiply that by 3. 3 times 6, Year 5? Absolutely right, 18. So I'm going to put the 8 in my ones column, and I'm going to carry the 1 from 18 over into my tens column, because it obviously represents 110. Then I'm going to do 3 times 0 in the tens column. Now remember, Year 5, when we multiply by 0, doesn't matter what the number is, the answer is always 0. But what you mustn't forget to do, Mr Worthington would never forget, is to add on the 1 that you've carried from before. So 0 add 1 is 1. Then we go to our hundreds column. 200 times 3 is 600. And then into our thousands column. 1,000 times 3 is 3,000. Now unfortunately that's not our answer, Year 5, because we've still got to multiply this number by 20. So on my second line, I'll do 1,206 times 20. Now this would be really difficult. I know that you've practiced on Tuesday multiplying and dividing mentally, drawing unknown facts, but when we use the written method, there's a much more efficient way of doing this. And that is to put a 0 in the ones column. We call this a placeholder. And what this does, Year 5, is it instantly makes each part of our answer move 1 column to the left. And of course, when each part of the number moves 1 column to the left, it's getting 10 times bigger. So for example, 2 or 20 times 6 ones, well, 2 6s are 12. So I'll put my 2 in, and I'll carry my 1. Notice though, that 12, the 1 is in the hundreds, and the 2 is in the tens. because 12 tens are 120. Next I'll do 2 times 0, which, as we've said before, year 5, multiply anything by 0 and the answer is always 0. But you mustn't forget to add on the 1 that you've carried from before. Then 2 times 2 is 4. But notice this is in our thousands column. That's because the 2's that we've multiplied to get our answer of 4 are 200 times 20. And 200 times 20, year 5, is 4,000. Then finally, 1 times 2 is 2. And I need to add on an extra column, and that's my 10,000s, because 1,000 times 20 is 20,000. That's why it's in the 10,000s column. Now I've got the 2 parts to my answer. What do I need to remember to do? That's right, year 5, add them up. 8 add 0 is 8, 1 add 2 is 3, 6 add 1 is 7, 3 add 4 is also 7, 2 add nothing in this column is 2. So my answer is 27,738. We've posted some examples for you to complete online. Have a go at them, year 5, and we'll post a link to a video explaining how to do this and breaking it down for you if you get stuck. This afternoon, year 5, it's an art topic. So we're going to carry on the work that we've been doing, looking at the Hellenistic period, and in particular, looking at the Parthenon. That's the temple that was built during the Hellenistic period to celebrate the goddess Athena, goddess of war and wisdom. And your task for this afternoon is looking ahead to next week when you'll be building your own Parthenon, making it out of different materials. We want you to design the Parthenon, thinking carefully about which materials you will use to get the correct shape, structure, and also the stability that you'll need for it to stand the test of time, just like the Parthenon has on top of the Acropolis Hill in Athens. So think about, what will you make the columns out of? How will you get their specific design and structure right? Also the pediment, that's the triangular bit that sits atop the top of the columns, year 5. What will you make that out of? And how will you make it look as realistic as possible? We can't wait to see your design ideas. That's all from me. I'll post another one of these tomorrow.